Helen Keller was just 6 years old, blind and deaf. Trapped in a world without sound or sight, she had no way to connect with others. She was filled with anger, confusion, and hopelessness. Lost in deep sadness, she had no control over her emotions. To her, life was nothing but a silent prison. How could she ever understand the world? Her family had given up. But then came Sullivan, a young, patient, and determined teacher, ready to work a miracle. The first step? Teaching Helen words. Not with sounds, not with pictures, but through touch. And gently took Helen's small hands and spelled letters into her palm. But Helen was confused and restless. How could she understand something she could neither see nor hear? Days passed. Weeks passed. The struggle between them grew stronger. Helen's frustration turned into tantrums, but Sullivan never gave up. And then, one day, everything changed. On a spring afternoon, and took Helen to a water pump. Cold water splashed over her little hands. At that very moment, and spelled into her palm, WATR. And suddenly, a miracle happened. Helen understood. For the first time, her silent, dark world connected with words. Excited, she threw herself to the ground, begging him to spell more words. By nightfall, she had learned 30 new words, and this was just the beginning. Years later, Helen never stopped learning. She mastered sign language, Braille, reading, writing, and even speaking. At age 20, she became the first blind and deaf person to go to college. She later became a famous writer, speaker, and human rights activist. But is this story just about Helen, or is it also about the woman who never let go of her hand? And Sullivan stayed by her side until her very last breath. Who do you think is the real hero of this story? Helen, or the teacher who never gave up on her?